Okay, sports fans, do we have a treat for you today? I mean, barbecue fans. This is going to be really cool. Today we're going to do something that I've never seen before. I kind of just made up, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be new. It's going to be different, and it's going to be exciting. And most of all, it's going to be delicious. Today we are doing a blackened pork belly barbecue burger. Yeah, let's do it. All right, we have a pork belly. The skin has been taken off. Purchased this from our local grocery store. They're quite available these days as they're becoming more and more popular for people that are into barbecue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take the pork belly and cut it into squares. Those squares, after cooking for a long period of time, are going to shrink. And they're going to shrink small enough to the point where they can fit on a nice burger bun. So for starters, we're going to take this and cut it about, I don't know, maybe, 4 fingers? And we'll take the rest of this, just put it in our tray. So you see now we have a portion of the pork belly cut. One side you can see has a lot of meat. The other side remains kind of fatty. We are going to try and find the cut on this burger, or this pork belly, that produces or that has the least amount of fat on it. And the reason is because there's plenty of intermuscular fat already in this burger. Now that we've got this cut, we want to basically just do some trimming. Take off some of the sinewy like skin. What we're going to do is we're going to make 2 burgers. I'm going to cut this right off here and discard this piece. And this should make 2 nice burgers. So the goal here is to cut this in half so that, again, we're going to have square burgers, kind of in the shape of the original you-know-who. Okay, so as you can see, this part of the pork belly is actually relatively lean for a pork belly. So we're going to get some good meat. There's still some great fat laced through this portion. And we're going to take a look at the bottom part here and just make sure that there's not too much fat on there. Some of this softer fat will definitely melt away because when we blacken it, we don't want it to burn. We do want it to blacken and not burn. We've got 2 square patties. We're going to take this, we're going to season it with simple salt and pepper. What I have here is just a simple mixture of 50-50 salt and pepper. We're going to sprinkle that on all sides. We're going to let this rest for just a few minutes to let that salt penetrate through. And then we're going to put in some of our barbecue rub. You can use any barbecue rub you like, whatever your favorite is, homemade, store-bought. You don't even need to put any on. So it's entirely up to you, but we're going to put some barbecue rub on. Bend over. All right, so let's put our salt and pepper on. And we don't want to be shy with the salt and pepper, okay? Don't want to be shy. After long cooking, this pepper is going to mellow out. It's not going to totally break down, but it is going to mellow out. All right, so there's one. One of the reasons we're blackening this is, well, first of all, I love blackened food. But second of all, it's to offset the richness that this patty will provide. And we're going to use Prudhomme's Blackening Magic. I have the recipe. I've made some up. And that's what we're going to use in the end to blacken this. Okay, now we will apply our barbecue rub. Again, our rub is very basic and very simple. Apply that to all sides. And that's about what it should look like when it's all done. Now we're going to put it on a rack. Make sure we get some good circulation going in. And I'm also at the same time going to do some pork belly burnt ends. All right, so here are our burnt ends. Gonna take our barbecue rub, get these burnt ends good and coated. Okay, here's our burgers. We'll put them right in the middle. Square them up nicely. And just start putting our burnt ends all around. And then we got the drippings will go into the pan. And then I'm sure some way, somehow, figure out a way to use the drippings. Actually, I do know. I think what I'm going to do is take the drippings, which is pretty much going to be all fat. And I mean, you know, if you're going to have a pork belly burger, which is really a bacon burger, what do you have in the morning with bacon? Eggs. I will fry an egg in the pork belly fat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Two pork belly burgers in the middle, surrounded by pork belly burnt ends and flies. And into the smoker they go. Let's just see what we're running at and how it looks. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, that's looking real good. So temp-wise, we're coming in at around 177, just a shy under 180. So we're going to braise these up now and get them up to 190 to 200. Okay, so now we did hit 180. Now we're going to take our pork belly burgers right here, put them in the middle, tray right there, and then we'll just stack the rest of these guys in here. All right, last couple here. There we go. Some brown sugar. A little more of our rub. A little squirt of our barbecue sauce. And a little drizzle maple syrup. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up and get it back in the smoker. All right. So right now we're going to take the burnt ends, we're going to stick them in another pan. Alright, oh man, they feel so nice. Get them all separated here, because what we're going to do now is set a glaze. And we're going to put these back in the smoker. For this here, I'm literally just going to cover these in maple syrup. Mix them up. Set them right back in the smoker, as is. Let that glaze form. We got the finished product of the pork belly burnt ends. Wow. Whew. Let's pick one up and just see what it looks like here. Oh, look at that. Oh my. Here they are, the finished product. All smoked, all braised, all cooked through. About 200 degrees we pulled them off at. Next step is to blacken them. We'll see how it goes. Never had this before. Could be a big flop, could be incredible. We shall see. And you remember that grease I was talking about? Pork belly drippings. And we're gonna saute the sunny side up egg in. Right there, baby, right there. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is take so while it's still warm and hot, you can see how pliable it is. We're just gonna push it up into the center so that it's about the shape of the bun that we're gonna use. But you can see how it sticks together. So to show you the cheese after it cools off a bit, you can see it comes off in a nice big chunk and it is crispy like that. It's like a chip. So we're gonna put that aside, keep that warm now, and we're gonna melt our butter. If you remember this is the rendered pork belly fat. So you can see there's two different colors. There's this top part that's lighter, that's the fat. And then on the bottom is actually the au jus. That's more like a stock, more like a thick stock. The fat we're gonna use to fry our egg in and also to saute our brioche bun. And here are our beautiful burgers. They have actually been sitting in the au jus and solidifying for about 3 days. So we're going to score them so that the seasoning gets in, and we're gonna blacken them over there on that hot skillet. We're trying to get that up to about at least 500 degrees, if not more. All right, so we're gonna test the temperature of our cast iron skillet. And as you can see, hopefully, we are at 627 degrees, 630, 650. So that is an awesome temperature for blackening. Perfect. So here we got melted butter. We got our Paul Prudhomme blackened steak seasoning mix. And we have our burgers. And take our steaks. Gonna dip them in the butter. Both sides. Now the skillet is dry. There's no oil in there, no nothing. It's 650 degrees, so you may hear a fire alarm going off. All right, once we dip them in butter, we get the seasoning. And we're not being shy with it because this is a rich burger. All right, then we take it. Are you ready? Look at that. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Then we put some more seasoning on this side. You got the timer started? Yep. And we're going to press it down so that we get a good, we need a good, almost like a hard crust. So hopefully we'll get, okay, hopefully we'll get this done before the fire alarm goes off. So you can see the flames kicking up, which is exactly what we want. That butter is burning a little bit. That seasoning is getting crisp and charred. Actually, maybe let's go a minute on this because we're going to put this in the oven. And if you're doing this in the house, I don't recommend it, but that's what we're doing. And it's really, we're paying the price, actually. But it's just the guys home. Just the guys are home. So, what do we got? All right, we're gonna do just a minute, and then we're gonna check them. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! That is beautiful. Oh man, look at that crust. All right, do that for another minute. And we're gonna put them in the oven. Put them in the oven. Finish off. Oh my God, yeah, definitely do this outdoors, but it's dark out, so I don't want to do it outdoors.
Outside the fire alarm hasn't been set off.
And I'm sure we're... Let's open the window.
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh my God, look at this house. Open the front door. I'm sure we're seconds away from the fire alarm going off. At least I hope. It's pretty sad if the fire alarm doesn't go off here. Remember, we had the cast iron skillet 650 degrees. So we're coming up here on another minute, 1 minute each side. Pop it in the oven and slow cook it until the internal temperature hits about 160 degrees. All right. Oh, look at that.
This looks like caramel.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to fry the egg. Again, in the pork belly au jus. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Let it go for about another 30 seconds, and we should have a perfectly cooked sunny side up egg that goes on top of the burger. All right. Oh, look at that egg. Oh, yeah, baby.
I don't want to break.
Beautiful. All right, we're about ready to assemble. All right, so now we're going to toast the buns. We got the skillet back down to somewhat of a reasonable level of 400. So Max put some of that fat on there and smear it around. Nice. Might want to check them actually. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
What I want to show you is the crust that formed on this. Hopefully you can hear that. That is a thick, crunchy crust full of unbelievable goodness. All right, Max, I think we're ready. All right, so bottom bun, toasted brioche bun. Next layer is our fried cheese on the bottom. That is then followed by our blackened pork belly barbecue burger, which we're then going to follow with some world famous Blues Hog barbecue sauce. And what goes better with bacon than a sunny side up egg? Take the top bun, and there you have it in all its glory. Blackened pork belly barbecue burger. All right, let's cut it in half in front of live TV, Max. Let's see. All right. And it is messy, but there it is. All right, Max, which side do you want? You pick. All right, I'll take this side here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to take a bite into the camera here. Oh, Blackened, the flavor's great, but yes, it is a little bit hard to chew. Even though we cooked the pork belly all the way, it's still a little too thick. Oh man, but it is good. Wow.
Oh, that's rich.
It is. You're basically eating like a half a pound of bacon in this half a sandwich. But, all right, one more bite. Oh, okay. That bite was phenomenal. Oh my gosh. The first thing that comes out is the richness. Then the blackening season is just awesome. followed by, you can't barely taste the cheese.
No.
I think because of the pork and the blackening seasoning. Egg makes it a little bit creamy. The buttery brioche bun, you can just taste that kind of in the background. Okay. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, I'd consider it a success. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and look forward to our next video.